Supplementary questions. Question. Describe a mistake you made on the job and how you overcame it.
Sample answer. At my last job, I once wrote a detailed report that the director needed for an important meeting. It took me 1 week to complete the report. On the last day, when I completed the report, a computer virus infected my computer and destroyed the report file. I had not made a backup copy. I spent the whole weekend rewriting the report so that it would be ready on Monday for the director's meeting. Question. If your boss asked you to do some work that you thought was personal in nature and not really related to the job, what would you do?
Sample answer. I would have to carefully consider the request. My decision or reaction would depend on several things. 1. How well do I know my boss? 2. What exactly am I being asked to do? 3. Could doing this work be seen as improper by others, even if it is not? If I decided not to do it, I would explain my reason carefully to my boss. In the end, I have to do what I think is right. Question. If an employee you supervise asked you to sign him out early, what would you do?
Sample answer. I would have to say no. I couldn't sign an employee out early, especially if there were not a good reason. If someone has a legitimate reason for leaving early, he or she should present this reason. If the reason were valid, the employee would have to go through the normal procedure, such as making up the time on another day or whatever the company policy is. All employees must be treated equally. If I give one employee special treatment, I am not dealing properly with all employees. The company will then suffer. I must consider the good of the company as a whole.
Question. Have you ever been fired from a job? Sample answers. A. I was fired once when my employer found out I was looking for another job, but I had a good relationship with the employer until that time. I have never been fired for any other reason.
B. I was fired once because I made a mistake that cost the company some money. It was the only such mistake I have ever made. I learned from that mistake and am certain I would never make such a mistake again.
Question. If you could make a policy change at your previous company, what would it be?
Sample answer. I would change the policy regarding working hours. I would make working hours more flexible. Many companies and even government departments allow employees to have flexible working hours. The amount of flexibility depends on the kind of company and sometimes even has to be adjusted from department to department. But in principle, I think that some sort of flex time increases productivity and makes employees happier.
Question. What would you do the first day on the job?
Sample answer. First, I would want to begin learning about my position and my department. I would try to meet all my colleagues. If there were time the first day, I would try to gather as many manuals and reports as possible that would help me understand my position and how it fits into the big picture of the company. I could take this material home and do my reading in the evenings because I want to become familiar with my duties and responsibilities as soon as possible. Also, I know that one of the duties of the position is to take orders from clients in England, so I would try to become familiar with the ordering and shipping procedures.